Hi, welcome to the Daily Build, where I share my experience as a business design facilitator and keynote speaker. And I just kind of give some bite-sized chunks down of information on how you can run meetings better, present better, and hopefully some of these help you with your business. So what I want to talk about in this video is the start line for an engagement. So often people will say, when did that project begin? Or when does your keynote start? Or when does the facilitation workshop begin? It's a tricky question because sometimes you think, yeah, it's at 2:30 in the afternoon or Thursday. Here's what I want to challenge you with is the start line is often not what you think it is. Tricky. I'm going to unpack this. So the start line is usually, mostly from call number one. So if you have a keynote coming up, or if you are running a workshop, or if you're doing any type of consulting at all, your engagement begins when you make that first call, when you make that first email, when that first point of contact is delivered, you're on. Like if it's a presentation, your keynote has already begun by the time you're in your first meeting, by the time you're learning what the issues are with the client, what good looks like from the event that you're going to be speaking at, or what good looks like from any service. Again, this doesn't have to be just for speaking and facilitation. This is any type of business that you're involved in when you have clients. So this is a bit of a challenge. And it's a fun question for me because it came to me from a question I got in an interview once about a ski race that I did years ago. And the woman asked me, when did the race begin? And I said, 7 o'clock in the morning. And she said, really? Are you sure that's when it began? And she kind of gave me this look. I was like, that's actually a really clever question. No, it didn't start at 7 o'clock in the morning. It started like 11 months prior when I committed to take on this ski race that I did for a children's charity. And that set in me a process of understanding going forward that actually the things that we think are the start line, for example, I'm going to use speaking because that's a big part of my world. We think that when we step on stage is when we begin our talk. We think that as soon as we've started a workshop or as soon as we've started any type of arrangement, could be anything, that when it physically begins, it's much earlier than that. Your engagement, the awareness of who you are, the awareness of your service, and the awareness of the value that you're actually trying to bring to people begins so much earlier in the process than that job actually is. So I hope this kind of sets in a little bit. I hope my challenge to you, and it's a challenge to myself as well, because I often have to keep it in mind too. My challenge to you is keep in mind, be very aware of the start line, the beginning of your project, because just having that in your mind and knowing going into the call, even before you've sold your service to a client, or even before you've been confirmed to be the speaker, or whatever your line of work is, have that awareness in your mind that when you go into that meeting, that your service has begun. They're choosing you. You're learning about the value that you can bring. And I feel that is something that can really take you very far. And just having a constant awareness of you're not just there on the day to deliver or to build or to speak or to consult or whatever it is. Your engagement begins much earlier than when the presumed job starts. Cool? I hope this helps. Let me know your thoughts. If you agree, if you have other thoughts or your experience in engaging with clients and your experience in building a business, because that's what I'm trying to help people out there do with these videos. So drop me a like if this was interesting to you. Subscribe. I'm going to be having every single weekday more daily builds that we can build on to grow our businesses together. Have fun with it.